Well, it is just me again. Going to shoot you guys another video for all the beginners out there. Give you a few options in decoy spreads. You can come out in the wetland, swamp, whatever you want to call it, with 2 decoys, 3 decoys, or a dozen. Or you can have 2 or 3 dozen. It's up to you. It's what you can afford. You can work off 2 decoys. You can work off 3 decoys. I'll go through a few options. A few decoy spreads on what I've used over the many years. There's J, which I like to call J. There's some nice decoy breasts in there, and there's the old chuck and a Yui. So I'll go through a few of those options and you'll see what I mean. Hopefully I can get a bit of footage across to you guys and give you some idea. Righto, let's throw some decoys out. So I suppose one of the tips would be scout to where you actually want to shoot. Scout to where you want to hunt. Make sure you know a little bit about the area. Once you've picked your location, you've scouted, you know there's birds there, and you want to set yourself up. In ideal conditions for beginners, get the wind at your back and make sure you get the sun at your back. 99% of the time you might be able to do it. There is occasions where you can't just do it at all, and you just have to deal with it really. You might get the wind at your back, but unfortunately you might be looking into the sun, and that's where you really have to tuck down into the reeds or behind some logs or trees or wherever you are, just to hide yourself and hide that shadow of your reflection so the birds aren't looking directly at you. There's some birds getting up over the back now, which is awesome. But I'll throw some decoys out and I'll show you what I'm looking at and give you guys a better perspective. While I'm throwing them out, I did a previous video for a cheaper option on decoy strings. So we used a bit of string and a hair tie. You can use that, or there is another option called Texas rigged. There is numerous companies that import the Texas rigs. It's just a matter of just trying to find them, or you can make them up yourself. I've made these ones on my clasp myself. I used 400 mono, some crimps and all that sort of stuff, and I brought the sinkers off eBay. Plenty of YouTube clips on how to make them up for beginners. It's up to you. I'll switch the camera around and you'll see how easy it is to get these bad boys out. So it's just a matter of unhooking the carabiner. If I can get it off. They all come apart. And then we start throwing them around. So if I was to hunt this spot now, I've picked my location in the reeds. I'd be walking a metre in behind the reeds, maybe a little bit further. I'll show you now. Let's just back into the reeds. Cool. Now I'll turn the camera around and show you what I'm looking at and give you a perspective on that one. So you're going to have a bit of reeds in front of you, but like on previous videos, just knock them down a little bit. They will grow back. You're not going to wreck the actual foliage or the reeds. And there we have a nice U-shaped decoy spread. So out to the left, there's a few in the middle, and then out to our right. That's what I call chucking a Yui. It's just in that basic U-shape, straight along here, and then out to the other corner. My decoys off my reeds to that first lot is around about at the minute it's about 8 metres to 10 metres, and the furthest blackie at either point in the U is around about the 30 mark. So it leaves me a really good kill zone straight there when the wind's coming from behind me. If the wind happens to change slightly over my right shoulder or my left shoulder, it won't matter because I've still got a really good open kill zone in the middle. So that is what I call chucking a Yui. I don't know, that's what I call it anyway. If anyone says, what do you want to do? Chuck out a Yui, that's it. It's basic. It's just a big open hole for them birds to say, hello, that's where I want to go. Just remember the decoys are another attractant for the birds that are flying around your hole or over the wetland and stuff to say, hey, what's going on over there? Oh, hang on a minute, that's where my mates are. I'm going to go check that out. That's what I call the Yui. Let's talk about Jay. So Jay is my favourite friend when there is a little bit of wind around. So as you are picking the Texas rig decoys up, the way they're designed is you can actually just grab the top loop, which is hiding under there. And as you pick up that top loop, hard with the camera, try and hold it, that decoy slides down to the sinker and they're good to go. When I throw that back out over the water, which will be right up there setting up my Jay, there we go, that'll ride itself, the line will slide back through and the sinker will go to the bottom. It's a really effective, quick way to get the decoys out in the morning. As hunters, we want to get out in the morning, set everything up as quick as possible, jump back in the reeds and relax, and just soak it all in really, and take up the morning. Enjoy the sunrise and watch the birds fling around before it's starting time. There's nothing better. So if there's a quicker option, like the Texas rigs, jump on them. If you can't afford the Texas rigs, as I said, fishing line, string, a hair tie and a sinker. Go for it. It's a really good, but still an effective way as well as an introduction to duck hunting. So Jay is my favourite friend when there's windy conditions and the wind is coming from left or right. I've set it up now as if the wind is actually coming from my left to right. And what I want to do is coach those birds into my kill zone, which is directly in front of me, but also in what I call Jay. So let's turn it around and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So this is Jay. It is in a J-shaped form. Starting from here, the line runs directly up here, 10 metres out from the reeds, and then just hooks around in a J shape. So you'd set this up either way, wind direction of course. I've got this set up now so the wind is from my left hand side and the birds approaching will be coming from down this way, in from the right. So they'd be coming straight down here and into this nice little pocket here, which is my kill zone. Once they are in there, I'm quite confident to take the shot. I've got 10 metre line here and that furthest blackie out there is around about the 25 metre mark. So that's what I call the Jay. So here I am, a nice pair of blackies, flap, 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 flap. I've been out circling around. I've seen all my mates over in this left-hand corner of the actual wetland. I've gone past for a look. Now I'm going to come in and decoy and land. So what I'll be looking at is this. As I said, if I was the approaching duck, I'd be flying into the wind, straight into my hole, directly in the middle there. I'm off the reeds. I'm straight over there. And I've got my kill zone right in the middle. So running the line of the Jay, 10 metres out and up around to the blackie at the top corner. That's it there. they're all pretty basic. You can run that with 6 decoys. You can put 2 over here, 2 in the middle and 2 out far. And as the birds come in, it'll create that little wind pocket, as you call it, where they want to land into the wind, and it'll bring them straight in front of you so you can take the shot. I know I keep saying get him in the hole, take the shot, but for all you beginners, I'm trying to give you the most basic tactic to bring home a harvest. I really want you guys to be successful this year and in many years if you're watching the video. Hopefully this helps you out. Yeah, we'll keep moving on. I'm trying to do it quick as I can. Let's get on to the next one. So there is the breasts. In the shape, of course, running down there. I've got a couple in the middle and out again on the other side. So it's exactly pretty much the same as the U-shape, but I do tuck the corners in on either end a little bit. I've got my distance out from the reeds, and to add it, I've got 2 sitting here. What we do there, put one in the middle there so he's swimming in, and we throw another nipple out there. So I'll leave that picture to your imagination, but that's what I call the breasts. It gives me 2 really good kill zone pockets. One straight through here and another one incoming into there. It's hard to see from here because I can't get the height on the decoy spread, of course, but that is the breasts looking at it from a duck perspective. There's a hole right into there and a hole right into there, as I said. So it does look like the U-shape, but it's given another alternative to the decoy spread. From here, they look nice and open. So they're not tight. They're not thinking something's wrong and they want to take flight and get out of here. It's a nice open spread. So I do have one more to add on to the video. It's what I call the 3 and 5. Late season, when the birds start flaring, they figure out what's happening. They're under a lot of hunting pressure. I find that if you back your decoy spread off, effectively it works really, really well. As I said at the start, you can work with 2 decoys, 3 decoys or 5, or you can throw a dozen out there. But I find later on in the season, when the birds are a little bit under pressure, they start flaring and stuff like that, this is really, really handy to use. So the 3 and 5s basically gives the birds a really good alternative to coming into the decoy spread. If the wind slightly changes, they can come from either side or front on. I've got a really good kill zone in the middle. If they want to land with the 5, I've got a kill zone at the back of the decoys there as they come in, or I've got another kill zone around the 3. It's a really open basic spread and gives you a lot of opportunity to attract the birds in. Keeping in mind that the decoy spread on both is around about the 20 metre mark out from the reeds. There we go, a little bit of fun and some decoy options for all the beginners out there. Hopefully that explains just a little bit and gives you guys an insight of what I do throughout the season. Of course, at the start of the season, I might throw out a few more decoys and make sure that I'm seen and say to the other birds, hey, I am over here, which gives me more of a chance. But as the season progresses on, if it is a 12-week season, I find that the birds in public land and stuff like that become pressured, and of course I lighten my spread to that 3 and 5. Hopefully that helps you guys out. If you did like the video, of course, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, just so I know that it's actually working and you guys do like the tips. If you've got any suggestions, please do so. Put them in the comments or message me on the Honker Hunters Facebook page. Other than that, I might just hang around here and enjoy this morning on my weekend off. Till then, see you all later for the next bit of fun.